Welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. I'm gonna do some roasted butternut squash today. Oh, I have the wrong peeler. Hold on. That peeler ain't gonna work. So we're gonna do some roasted butternut squash today. I gotta go this way. I gotta go away from my body because the butternut squash skin is really like on the body of the squash, but I want to get it off. I was gonna buy honestly already cubed up butternut squash at the grocery store, but it was like so ridiculously expensive today. Like Trader Joe's usually has it on for a good price, and even Sprouts sometimes too, but I just happened to be at Whole Foods, Whole Paycheck, and it was like so ridiculously priced. I'm like, I'll just get a squash and peel it and cut it up because I can't be paying those kind of prices. We're in much better shape now. I've cut the top and the bottom off. Now, if I found this diced up, peeled up, and ready to go at a decent price, would I buy it? Yeah, I would. It's a total pain in the butt to cut it up and prep it. But if it's a ridiculous price, then no. So I cut it in half, and now I'm going to scoop these seeds out. Me personally, I love a grapefruit spoon for this, which is a spoon with like these serrated edges. Do you need it? No, just makes it a little bit easier. Is it gonna be one of those days? Even my grapefruit spoon today is really just like not getting it loose. I am open to the other tips and tricks that people have for this. Usually a grapefruit spoon does a great job. So I don't know what the deal is with this particular butternut squash, but I never hide from you the struggles, because sometimes the thing in the kitchen is you come up against something like this and you think, I don't know what I'm doing it all wrong. The reason for the paper towel is now I'm just going to scoop it up and my cutting board is clean and ready for me to cut up my squash. So that's why I had a paper towel down on my cutting board when I started. It did make me second guess my choice to not buy it already cleaned, right? So I put it down on its flat side because that's the safest way to chop something up. And I'm just gonna dice it into small cubes to roast it. Now you could have roasted it whole with the skin on if that was gonna be your, if you wanna eat it out of the skin, that's an option. But if you're gonna use it in something else, like you're gonna use it in pasta or you're gonna use it in, I'm gonna put it in a risotto, then you kind of need it to be chunked up, right? Instead of scooping it out. But they're both options. We can make both ways. But I made acorn squash that way already for you guys. So today we're just going to chop it up into similarly sized cubes and get it onto the roasting pan. I said I regretted not buying but honestly, when you buy it already chopped up, it's like half as much for twice as much price. So it's really like 4 times the price. But I don't shame you if you do it, because I do it too when I don't want to be bothered with the hassle of chopping it up, peeling it, and all that nonsense. And that's plenty often that I don't want to be bothered with all that. How much squash we got from just that one veg on to our parchment lined giant cookie sheet. If I had bought it pre-cut, we could have started here. Do our roasting protocol, which is just an oil, olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, whatever oil makes you happy. Just something that is heat safe up to 400 degrees because that's what we're going to roast at. I like to roast at 400. Do you have to? No, but that's what I roast at. Then we're going to do salt. It doesn't come out very fast. I love the electric salt and pepper, but it doesn't come out fast. My fingers are faster. And pepper. This comes out even slower. So I'll be back. And then today, because I know where the final product is going to be, I'm also going to do a little garlic powder, which I don't always do, but you can always do if you want to. I'm going to give it all a beautiful toss to make sure everyone is coated. I know this is like, I don't want to get my hands dirty. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, I would do this in a bowl with like a spoon, because it's a lot harder to do with the utensil on the cookie sheet. I would do it in a bowl, dirty another bowl, toss it with a spoon, and then pour it out on your cookie sheet already all mixed together. But your 5 digits are the best way to really get everything just beautifully coated in the oil, in the seasonings. Pop this in a 400-degree preheated oven for about 20 minutes, and then I'll check on it. 20 minutes is sort of my rule of thumb for roasting veggies. Then I go in and check to see if they're smushable. If they smash with a fork, I had to sneeze, sorry. Then I put them in for longer. But my rule of thumb is I start with 20 minutes, and then I work up from there until they get to the correct tenderness. There's no perfect amount of time for a roasted veggie. More water, less water, hotter oven, less hot oven, bigger pieces, smaller pieces, different types of veg. Like, the time is always going to vary. So my rule of thumb is I always start with 20 minutes because I've never found a roasted veg that doesn't take at least 20 minutes. And then I go and check it. I might flip it around, toss it, stuff like that. You could have also made this a sweet preparation easily with either adding brown sugar to your seasonings that you put on it or drizzle it with some maple syrup or something of that nature. I'm going for more of a savory preparation because I'm going to use it in a risotto later today. For 25 minutes, we're going to pull it out. We're going to do our fork test. We're going to smash with a fork. It smashes completely smashed, so we know it's cooked all the way through. It's burning freaking hot, but I'm still going to taste it. We got to make sure it's good. It's butternut squash. It's beautiful. It's savory. It's not nearly as sweet as acorn squash, and it's not nearly as sweet as like a sweet potato. It's definitely much more of a savory flavor. So keep that in mind when you're going butternut squash. You definitely serve it as a side dish just like this. Salt, pepper, oil, a little garlic. I'm going to put just a little drizzle, tiny drizzle, nothing crazy, of maple syrup. And I'm going to give it a toss. Let's give that a taste. Just a touch of sweetness. Delicious. I also think they actually need a tad more salt. Like I said, the salt doesn't come out of here very fast, and so I'm having to, I just noticed, it's like empty. Well, there's the problem. All right, I'm gonna refill my salt shaker. I think it's a delicious side dish just like it is, but like I said, we're gonna use it to make some butternut squash risotto. So I'm gonna do that in the next video. Oh, salt's all gone. That's all we got left. There we go, a little salt. That's what we needed. One more note, if I was gonna serve this as a side dish, I would leave it in the oven, maybe broil it for like a couple of minutes just to get like a crispy bits on it. But because I'm gonna put it, oh my God, salt makes all the difference. Because I'm gonna put it in the risotto, I want it to stay soft and beautiful. But if you were serving as a side dish, I would put it under the broiler for like 5 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes, just get it crispy.